Imagine this. One day you see Elon Musk down the street, not in his usual stylish attire, but decked out in iron armor for cosplay. Don't be too shocked. Elon's just taking some extra steps to stay safe. There's actually a running joke that whenever someone calls out, Elon, he thinks they're putting him on a hit list. And get this, back in September this year, Elon decided to seriously beef up his security. It wasn't just random paranoia. It was after newly elected President Donald Trump narrowly survived 2 assassination attempts within 2 months. As a fierce Trump supporter, Elon felt the need to protect himself, so he invested a whopping $2.4 million in personal security. His bodyguard team, aptly named Traveler, is like having a mini Secret Service team by his side. It's a big change from how Elon used to be. He was once that carefree guy who loved globetrotting. He'd just toss his car keys and wander off whenever he finished driving. But as his fame skyrocketed, the board at Tesla insisted he hire a bodyguard, making sure he stays safe while continuing to change the world. Back in 2014, Elon Musk hit a major turning point by bringing in bodyguards from Gavin de Becker and Associates, a top-notch global private security firm that even Jeff Bezos has trusted. From then on, Musk's life became pretty much under constant protection. Most of his guards have military backgrounds and rotate around the clock to keep him safe. But it's not just about safety. They also help out with everyday stuff like washing his car, picking up dry cleaning, and handling payments and tips. Of course, all this protection isn't cheap, with monthly costs hitting 6 figures in US dollars. As Musk's fame skyrocketed over the past decade, his security expenses have grown right along with it. He once said, "The likelihood of encountering danger increases with your level of exposure." And he's definitely put that into practice. Musk has become probably the most high-profile billionaire out there, sharing all sorts of sensational stories with the media. From having multiple children and dealing with rumors about affairs to openly backing Donald Trump, supplying Starlink to Ukraine during the Russia-Ukraine conflict, and expecting his employees to be all in, he's always in the spotlight. Compare that to CEOs like Tim Cook from Apple and Jeff Bezos from Amazon, who spend around $820,000 and $1.6 million respectively on security. That's a big difference. Some people think Musk is going overboard, but he's very clear about it. "My vigilance against risks is beyond your imagination." And then, in October 2022, Musk made another huge move by buying Twitter, now rebranded as X, for a whopping $44 billion. Since then, he's been shaking things up and making some big changes at the social media giant. Elon Musk made his first major move with large-scale layoffs, cutting more than half of his workforce. This tough decision included letting go of several top executives and eliminating numerous positions. As media stories about him grew more sensational, his personal security measures ramped up dramatically. His number of bodyguards shot up from 2 to 20, and he even added a medical team to his entourage. An engineer from X told the media that these bodyguards are tall and robust, just like the ones you see in Hollywood blockbusters. Even inside his office building, Musk is never alone. He's always accompanied by at least 2 close bodyguards, even when he's just heading to the restroom. They're constantly on the alert, conducting risk assessments, clearing rooms before he arrives, and mapping out escape routes. When he needs to step out, his security team deploys drones to monitor the area, and a small intelligence unit stays on standby to gather information about his surroundings. At parties, Musk is kept near the designated area, with his bodyguards ensuring that no unfamiliar faces enter the event. Additionally, he's hired a senior consultant to oversee all risk assessments. Musk's vision? To create a city within a city just for himself. By the end of 2022, after taking over Twitter, he also suspended several private accounts he considered suspicious. In a candid interview, Musk shared his concerns, saying that whenever he hears his name mentioned, it feels like he's on a hit list. This constant pressure has gradually dampened his enthusiasm for the world. At Tesla's 2023 annual shareholders meeting, he noted that the threats against him are becoming more extreme. Sometimes people can get a bit extreme. For example, one of Elon Musk's female fans actually called his home and even referred to him as Daddy. She believed they had a telepathic connection and hoped he'd propose to her on a space station. But it wasn't all just harmless fan enthusiasm. In January, a former Tesla employee named Macaulay took to social media, threatening to target not only Musk but also President Biden. Macaulay's wife received alarming messages that he planned to move to Texas and never come back, leading her to alert the police. Authorities caught him while he was driving to the Tesla factory and trying to contact Musk. Similarly, another man named Overeem, who had a strong dislike for technology, was also arrested. He was plotting to disrupt a Tesla promotional event, but thankfully, he was stopped quickly. Because of these threats, Musk's security has been ramped up. Over 30 bodyguards were assigned to his room alone that day. Musk himself has started to feel pretty paranoid. On social media, he posted, "Dangerous times are approaching. In the past 8 months, 2 armed individuals have attempted to kill me." But, interestingly, court documents later revealed that neither Macaulay nor Overeem were carrying any weapons when they were arrested. So, when we talk about Elon Musk's sense of protection, it really depends on who he decides to have around him, like his complicated relationship with his dad. For years, Musk tried to mend things with his father, Elon Musk, a guy who had hurt both him and his mom. As Elon got older, he really wanted to bring his dad and his new family into his life. But things didn't work out, and Errol went back to his hometown in South Africa, taking Elon's worries with him. A Cape Town-based engineering company revealed they got tons of orders for surveillance gear meant for Musk's home. Errol's gotten used to all this, with Elon shelling out around $14,600 to set up monitoring at his place. Elon doesn't want to miss a thing happening at home. He wants to keep an eye on everything in real time. After Errol's house was broken into 4 times in a year, Musk dropped a whopping $1 billion to totally upgrade his dad's security system. Besides installing cameras and other gear, he hired over 100 armed bodyguards to protect his father. Musk's worries about personal safety definitely make sense. Errol told the media that Elon had gone after 3 burglars who tried to break into his home. "Now, anyone who tries to kidnap the 2 of us will need $20 million fast," he said. I'm not too worried about myself, but when it comes to Elon Musk, that's another story. He tends to underestimate his enemies quite a bit. Whenever Musk starts losing trust in the world, that's when his fears really start to show. Like, every time newspapers or websites release lists of the richest people, it's almost like they're updating a database for potential robbers. Spicer, the guy who started a private security company, mentioned that over the last 2 decades, the private security industry in the US has exploded. It's grown 5 times bigger. He also pointed out that celebrity families switch up their bodyguards more often than they might change their meals. The number of bodyguards someone has really shows their status. From what Spicer has seen, having just 1 bodyguard is usually just for the sake of appearances, especially in the entertainment world. When you're coming and going from your home or vehicle, having 2 bodyguards is the way to go. And if you're in a crowded place, 3 bodyguards are recommended. These bodyguards usually match the employer's build. If you see 5 or 6 bodyguards together, that's pretty much presidential-level security, Spicer says. And it seems Musk prefers this kind of extensive protection. Let's talk about the high-powered world of personal security. These bodyguards aren't just there for show. They're mapping out routes, checking who comes and goes, and even digging into everyone's backgrounds. They're trained drivers, carry batons and pepper spray, and can even shield their bosses from gunfire if things get serious. According to security expert Spicer, having bodyguards used to be a big status symbol, but that's changing. Criminals are getting bolder, often choosing to rob homes when the owners are around, thinking it's easier to grab valuables from an occupied house. And the price tag on top-notch security? If you want drones or 24/7 video surveillance of your home, Just the monitoring can set you back over $1.3 million a year. When you look at today's billionaires, Meta's Mark Zuckerberg has one of the most robust security teams, even surpassing Elon Musk. In 2023 alone, Zuckerberg spent a staggering $23 million on personal security. Beyond just protection and surveillance, he built a massive underground bunker under his property. Spicer points out, the more personal info you share on social media, the more vulnerable you become, suggesting that keeping a low profile might reduce the need for bodyguards. But for Musk, that's not really an option. He loves being in the spotlight and is always out and about publicly. With just a month left before the US presidential election, Musk threw his support behind Donald Trump on social media, calling left-wing ideology an awakening virus. And after Trump survived 2 assassination attempts, Musk took to his own social media to say, "Not even anyone tried to assassinate Biden or Harris." After quickly deleting the post, Musk became even more concerned about his safety. A user on X reached out saying, "You should also enhance your security." Then his friend Ian Miles Zhang stepped in, suggesting he triple his protection, and mentioned, "If they could target Donald Trump, they could target you." Musk responded with a joke, saying, "Maybe it's time to build a set of flying metal armor." If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel.